Well, hello everybody. It's Michael here. How are you? I'm doing great. How are you? It feels crazy talking to the camera again, but I just wanted to say I feel like a preschooler like giving my presentation. I just wanted to say thank you all for watching that first part in this cross-country trip video series. It took a lot of work to do that. Ultimately, I just wanted to document this trip because I am really excited to be showing you guys and remind myself of how many people and places I went to in this United States. All right, if you didn't watch that first part, you better click right here. I know how YouTube works. You better click right here. And if you see my eyes going like this during the video, I have a script right here because in that first part, I didn't have a script. Now I have a script so that I can keep my thoughts focused. Okay, let's get started. All right, so our story starts from the last video where I had just escaped the treacherous scariness that was the tri-points between South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota. I'm actually very scared to be out here. I'm so scared. That is literally a part that scares me. So I make it onto the freeway and then I start driving towards Fargo and there's nothing in sight. And then literally, like a dream, the city lights up and I'm like, I'm on the home stretch. I arrived at Fargo in literally the darkest of night. When I finally park my car, I attempt to open my car door only for it to literally shut on my face again because the wind's like, nah fam, you gotta get trapped with your farts. Because Fargo is one of the windiest cities in the United States. Why? You may ask. I did some research. It's because of a topographical feature called Pembina Escarpment, aka when one side of the land is like sloped like this and then the other side is sloped like this, so it's like this, and apparently that type of structure enhances wind speeds. And guess what? I arrived at Fargo during the windiest month of the year. Speaking of wind, after a secondary attempt to open my car door, I was like, oh my god. Oh, Fargo's so cold. And literally, like, the wind was like razors in my skin because it was cold. It was 40 degrees. I think it's like 41 today. And I'm like, okay, I can deal with the cold. I can't deal with the sharp winds. It's like stabbing your face. I literally am like huddled, walking towards like the hotel, and I literally get in. It was beautiful inside. Okay, look at my, I almost called it an apartment, but look at my hotel room. I literally get like a mini kitchen, a dining table, a living room. Girl, I even get like a closet. Oh, this is fancy. This is too fancy for me. Get into my bed and I literally sleep for 11 hours. My body was going through a constant stress response all the way to North Dakota. We start day 6 with me border hopping and checking out a part along the North Dakota-Minnesota border. Hey guys, I am unbelievably cold right now. Behind me is a bridge that crosses over to Minnesota, so it'll be the second time that I go to Minnesota, or third, because we did the 2 borders yesterday, and then today we're gonna go over to Minnesota. All right, when we cross this bridge, we'll be in Minnesota. All right, I am on the Minnesota side. One thing that's really crazy right now is that all the trees don't have their leaves right now. And I actually was talking to one of my friends today, and he said that last year they had the leaves on the trees. I don't know if you can see this, but my hands are like super red and cracked right now. They're not used to being out in the cold for this long. Goodbye, Minnesota. See you later. All right, I am done with this park and being outside. I am cold, but happy. I'm very happy. I just need to breathe. After almost freezing, being outside for more than a minute, I actually met up with one of my friends who's a Fargo native who gave me a little tour. Fun fact, Fargo is experiencing a population boom because it's relatively cheap. But in addition to that, like they pay, I think, above the standard average for like STEM fields up there. So many have like relocated and started building like sprawling neighborhoods like outside the downtown. And they literally weren't there like a couple of years ago. But even with its recent appeal and growth, there's actually a lot of history downtown. So literally enamored by the talent and demand the Fargo draws in, I decided to like make my way towards downtown. And you might be like, Fargo? Listen. Listen, when you walk down the downtown, it's like all these like really classic looking buildings, and there's so much art and history and culture. Like a lot of the old businesses are being converted into like stores and apartments. And fun fact, one of my friends lives in an old morgue. Also, to do a plug real quick, I stopped in 2 art galleries, Plains Art Museum, and that's like your generic art museum. The second one, right by like the classic Fargo sign, it's called Gallery 4. It is amazing. I had an hour-long conversation with a Michigonian expat. She was a wonderful woman named Nancy who moved to Fargo because her husband got a job, and she really connected with the art community, and that's where she kind of found her place. She was so welcoming, and she like guided me through the different exhibits, talked about the different artists. She was unbelievably nice. So pretty much after checking out the downtown, my friend actually asked me to go to a bar. Look at this bar right here. It is called the 701 Eatery. First floor is just like a regular dining experience. And then on the second floor, that's like where the bar is. And I'm gonna tell you right now, their espresso martini. And we just like talked all night. We talked about our ambitions, our goals, me going on this trip. But yeah, after a well-deserved night out, I headed to my hotel and prepared my trek to Minnesota. Day 7 starts on a stressful note. Literally, I wake up, I open my phone, it's text from my friend being like, I can't find my wallet. And I literally am like, I gotta leave right now, fam. I'm like turning up the furniture in my hotel room. I literally pull everything out of my car. And mind you, I live in my car. Can't find this wallet. And so literally I'm like, I am so sorry. I can't help you. I gotta leave. As I'm getting to the border of Fargo and Minnesota, literally he found his wallet. And I was so relieved. So I literally get to the border, and as I go over the border, Fargo is like very foresty, and then right as you get over to the Minnesota side, farmland. I was like, I'm getting PTSD from Nebraska. But unlike Nebraska, every once in a while there was a mill, and plus it was like very agriculturally heavy because I was going to somewhere called Crookston, Minnesota. So pretty much Crookston, Minnesota is where the first U of M campus I wanted to visit was. University of Minnesota has 5 different satellite campuses, and I was like, I'm gonna hit all of you up while I'm in Minnesota. Well, hello everybody. It is the next day, and as you can see, I am on the University of Minnesota Crookston campus, and I just wanted to check it out. It's pretty empty today. So after hanging around the campus for a little bit, I decided to start making my way to Duluth. So as I'm driving towards Duluth, there's a little bit of a gradient, and I'm like, this feels like a roller coaster. And literally it's like tick, 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 for like an hour, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna fall. And then you get to the top, and as you look down, like the traffic light is like this. And so you're looking down at Duluth and you're like, I gotta go all the way down there. When you get to the bottom of Duluth, to the front of you is literally like the drawbridge. I made it. Look at this. It's crazy. I got to stand by a lighthouse, cross the bridge, stand by another lighthouse, and also too, there was an amazing brewery on the lake. It was the best fish and chips I've ever done had. But anyway, it started getting dark. I start making my ascent back up. I had to hit up University of Minnesota Duluth. That campus was so futuristic, but I kind of like snaked through. And so I'm literally trying to find like a Love's gas station, and I found one. Oh, it was so nice. And I slept there, and then I woke up. I got a beautiful sunrise picture. So now we're on day 8, my way through Minneapolis, and that's where I think I hit the lake. Well, good morning, everyone. I am very tired today, as you can see. Also, context, slept at a truck stop. I actually discovered this lake behind me this morning. But yeah, I'm just exploring Minneapolis, Twin Cities area, and then around like noon, I'm gonna go down to Rochester. Also, I found this. So after I visited that lake, I snaked my way down to Rochester, Minnesota. It was pouring rain. It was raining that hard that I couldn't see A, in front of me, or B, the surroundings. Check in, go up to my room, wait it out, and I'm just like, oh, I really wanted to see the Mayo Clinic today. And then around like 9 p.m. that night, I actually went walking around the downtown Rochester area. I got a beautiful picture of the Mayo Clinic. I know day 8 was kind of short, but day 9, on this day, my childhood friend and I had a dinner date in Minneapolis. I drove like an hour to Minneapolis, parked my car, and I walk out. It's like this beautiful panoramic view of downtown Minneapolis, and I got to see like the Viking ship, and then there's like a whole bunch of different apartments. The metro's right in front of me, and then I make my way over to the Missouri River, and I start walking along the like path down there, and it's like a dog-friendly biking, walking, and then like my friend texts me. He's like, hey, where are you? I was like, oh shoot. And so I literally had to run to this Thai place we were eating at. It was nice catching up with him, and we pretty much just talked about me going on this trip, us exploring what the world has to offer, philosophy, and then we walked by the Missouri River. We just talked all night. It was super nice to like catch up with him because I haven't really talked to him since high school. Day 10, Mayo Clinic day, and I think previous Michael is gonna kind of fill you in on like what happened. Well, hello guys, long time no chat. I'm in Rochester, Minnesota to see the Mayo Clinic today. I walked around the Mayo Clinic and then I checked out the behind the scenes stuff at the Mayo Clinic, which is super awesome. So now it's day 11. I start getting the Midwest blues. The Midwest blues, you say? Yes. Do you know what the Midwest blues are? It's when you're depressed in the Midwest. I started developing them in Minnesota when I should have been happy. When you get to the Midwest, it's just gray and flat in actuality. So I started getting really depressed to the point where I was like, why don't I just go home? I had to talk to my dad, and he was like, I was like, no, I'm really depressed. I want to come home right now. And he was like, foreshadowing. When I got to the East Coast, I felt a lot better. Let's go to the beach, each. Nicki Minaj. I get into my car, I'm really depressed, and then I'm like, oh fun, I get to go to Iowa. Pretty much, I had to like stake out different like small towns. And actually, when I was going down, I stopped in one town called Story City, Iowa. Love. I actually really love Story City. It literally had like this mystical bridge that you could walk across. It was green. I like walk around this park in Story City. It's beautiful, and like all these people are walking around. And then right after Story City, I hit up a place called Gilbert, Iowa. Now, I'm from Gilbert, Arizona, so I was like, oh, another Gilbert. It was literally a mile of just like small town. They had one school for each like grade level. Like it was literally Gilbert Elementary, Gilbert Junior High, Gilbert High School. So then after hitting up those two towns, I go to Des Moines, Iowa. But I was like, what if I got to my campsite early? I have a good feeling that this campsite's gonna be kind of rad. And so I got to the KOA. They have this amazing walking path. And that whole time I had my phone up to my ear. My whole family called me. It would be like, oh, I walk in and it's like my dad. And then I'm walking out of the path and it's my mom. And then I walk back in, it's my grandma. Like, I know I look like without the beard, but today I'm in rural Iowa. It's about to rain, and I don't know, being out in like rural Iowa kind of makes me feel very Twilight Zone by Ariana Grande, so I've just been playing it on repeat, you know. I'm gonna walk back to my car and just enjoy the rest of the night. But then it got dark at my KOA. I decided to like retire early, like 9 o'clock. Okay, this is my camping view for tonight. Tee. Good thing I did that, because literally at 10, I was woken up by like a rainstorm pouring on me. Sleeping under the rain was super like relaxing, but I'm glad I got really good sleep, because I wake up, I check out of my KOA, and I start making my way to Chicago. Ah! That was so iconic. Oh my God. Ready? But that's all I'm gonna do for this week, because this Friday, I'm actually gonna post a Chicago video, because that's a video of itself. Chicago was so much. But I just wanted to say thank you all for tuning into this video. I'm really happy. I'm just happy, but no, I'm just happy that you guys are able to watch these videos and be so supportive of this journey that I was on. I'm gonna keep posting it because my journey's not done yet. All right, see you guys, bye.